Hi, my name is Kim Smith, and today I want to talk to you about a fiction book titled The Jacket by Andrew Clements. Mr. Clements says that if a white kid grows up in the majority culture in America, sooner or later there will come a realization that children from other races may have had a very different experience, may have lived in different America. He wanted to write a story about that moment when unconscious prejudices rise to the surface. A story that will both explore differences and emphasize our common humanity. The Jacket is about two young boys named Daniel and Phil. Daniel is African American and Phil is Caucasian. When Phil sees Daniel wearing a jacket exactly like his brother's, he automatically assumed Daniel stole it. After going to the principal's office, Phil realized he was wrong, but by then Daniel was already offended. After much thought, Phil comes to the conclusion that he is prejudiced, so he begins to question things he has never noticed before. He wondered if the other guy had not been African American, would he have made the same assumption? He also noticed that none of the African American kids rode his bus or lived in his neighborhood. Why was it? Was it because they were poor? He knew he played sports with them, but he never took the time to get to know them. After having a conversation with his dad at breakfast about sports, his dad made some disturbing comments that led him to believe he was prejudiced too. After much thought and agonizing over his decision that he was prejudiced, he was more determined than ever to make things right with Daniel, because he did not feel like feeling this way. So he headed to Daniel's house to see him. On his journey there, he began to notice the differences in houses and neighborhoods compared to his. But once he got to Daniel's house, he saw that it was just as nice as his was. This was a big eye-opener for him. After seeing the house, he came to realize that all African American families were not actually poor just because of the color of their skin. They discussed what happened, Phil gave the jacket back, and they became friends. Phil is not guilty of being prejudiced. He is just uneducated on this matter. This is a good book for students to read and learn how people will sometimes stereotype others without knowing a thing about them, and will be an excellent book for an open group discussion because it will allow your students to be open and candid about their thoughts on differences and prejudices of American people. The jacket has only 89 pages and includes cute pictures. This is a great and enlightening story. Get your copy of The Jacket today.